All right, let's get into this. The American Revolution was a rebellion by the American colonists against the British government. Why did they do it? Well, the British government had been taxing and legislating the colonies since they were very young. And the colonists were not happy about it. They felt like they were being unfairly targeted and that they had no voice in the government that was making these laws. They also didn't like the taxes that were being imposed on them, especially since they were not represented in the British Parliament. You know, they were like, "Hey, we're over here. We don't have any say in what's going on. We're not even represented. And you guys are making all these rules for us and taxing us. It's not fair." And the British were like, "Yeah, we know you're out there. Shut up and pay your taxes." So the colonists were like, "You know what? We're kind of done with this. We're gonna start our own country." And the British were like, "Oh, okay, cool." And so the war began. It was fought from 1775 to 1783 and resulted in the independence of the United States of America. The war was fought between the American colonists and the British Army. The American colonists were led by people like George Washington, and the British were led by people like General Charles Cornwallis. There were some other important people involved too, like Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson. They were super important. The war was pretty brutal. There were battles, there was bloodshed. But eventually the Americans won, and the British were like, "Okay, you know what, we're done. Let's just end this." So they signed the Treaty of Paris in 1783. This treaty officially ended the war and recognized the United States as a free and independent nation. So that's the American Revolution for you. It was a war about independence and freedom from British rule. The American colonists wanted to be their own country because they felt like they were being oppressed by the British government. They didn't like the taxes or the laws, and they didn't have any representation in the government. So they rebelled and they won, and that's how we got our country. Okay, thanks. Bye.